Why NASA disagrees with Elon Musk's plan to nuke Mars. When we think about Mars, we have to think about Elon Musk as well. The founder and CEO of SpaceX has made no secret of his desire to colonize Mars within the next 20 years. SpaceX has been developing heavy-lift rockets capable of carrying humans to Mars. However, merely relocating humans won't be enough for life to flourish on Mars in the same way it does on Earth. When it comes to making the red planet habitable, how do we get there? One of Elon Musk's ideas to do that is to nuke Mars. NASA, on the other hand, strongly opposes Elon Musk's plan to use nuclear weapons on Mars. Is it a smart idea to nuke Mars? What was NASA's beef with Elon Musk's plan to destroy Mars with nuclear weapons? Welcome to Unlimited SpaceX, your favorite YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe now with all the notifications on, and like this video for more SpaceX, Starlink, NASA, Tesla videos, and everything Elon Musk. Let's get started. A nuke Mars mission by Elon Musk is opposed by NASA since the idea has never been tested or proved. According to Elon Musk, he intends to use nuclear weapons over the Martian polar regions in order to generate artificial solar systems that can melt the ice caps and release carbon dioxide into the Martian atmosphere, resulting in a global climate change on Mars. In other words, Elon Musk advocated the use of nuclear bombs to improve the living conditions on Mars for future human settlers. Mars might be turned into more of a habitable planet through a process known as terraforming, which he describes as a fixer-upper of a planet. Scientists would have to devise a means of making the planet's uninhabitable surface habitable for human existence if they were to succeed. For example, dropping nuclear weapons on Mars's ice poles may be used to raise the planet's frigid temperatures by vaporizing the weapons. It's possible a nuclear bomb could hasten the process, but NASA is opposed to wiping out Mars's surface with such a weapon. NASA is skeptical of Elon Musk's plan to nuke Mars, despite a wide range of opinions. According to NASA, current technology cannot be used to transform Mars. Current Martian atmospheric conditions are unsuitable for supporting liquid water on the red planet's surface, according to NASA's press release. The atmospheric pressure on Mars is less than 1% of that on Earth. The water vapor on the surface would quickly evaporate or freeze. Only water vapor, H2O, and carbon dioxide, CO2, is projected to be abundant enough on Mars to cause significant warming of the planet's atmosphere. According to Elon Musk, humanity may use nuclear bombs to terraform Mars's polar ice caps. Because the explosion would take place in space over the poles, he had previously stated that radiation would not be an issue. However, the heat release would evaporate the frozen carbon dioxide, which would greenhouse warm the planet and melt its ice caps. He elaborated on his position more in the comments that followed. As Elon Musk put it, his suns would be two tiny pulse devices in all of its parts. As far as I can tell, they're not even on the Earth at all. But even though we think this is a great idea, we don't know how much ice there is at the poles of Mars. Atmospheric pressure could be raised up by 12% of the Earth's atmosphere, depending on how much of the Martian polar caps melt. Let's assume that it'll elevate the Martian atmosphere to about 6.6% of the thickness of Earth's atmosphere. In order to have liquid water on the surface of Mars, and possibly to begin the process of global warming, this is all that's necessary. Assuming that there is enough uranium to build a nuclear weapon that would destroy both poles, there would still need to be a lot of it. Because nuking Mars will be difficult and unlikely to succeed, NASA opposes it. However, Elon Musk said that with the use of atomic bombs dropped from space, the Martian ice caps will be rendered uninhabitable, allowing an unstoppable buildup of water vapor and carbon dioxide into the planet's atmosphere. CO2 from the explosions is emitted by the Martian rocks as they heat up, which in turn warms the planet even more, releasing even more CO2, and so on. Compared to Earth, the atmosphere would be much thicker, allowing for liquid water to exist on the surface. Adding a few plants to pump out some oxygen would be the final step to completing the shift. I think you get the idea. Nuclear explosions can be used to release resources on Mars that can accomplish all of the terraforming for humanity. Isn't that wonderful? After we send a few thousand bombs to Mars, you'll have a second home planet. Instead of taking his time and thinking things through, Elon Musk may have jumped into this one head first. What a shocker. There are several issues with his terraforming plan. To begin, a large number of nuclear devices are required. Nearly 10,000 of the largest nuclear warheads would be needed for such a maneuver, according to current estimates. Elon Musk may have a difficult time getting his hands on these nukes, let alone transporting them to Mars, given that the world only has about 13,000 of them. However, if it does, we might be able to put an end to mutually assured annihilation. The risk of a nuclear winter grows when a high number of nuclear bombs are detonated. There will be a cloud of dust and debris in the sky as a result of the blast. The sun will be blotted out for years by Mars's enormous wind speed, akin to extinction. As a result, the surface temperature drops. We may end up with a colder Mars than we started with, all as the water on the planet freezes. Radiation is also present. Mars does not have a magnetic field or an ozone layer. Accordingly, it implies that sunlight can cause death on Earth's surface. The UV and cosmic radiation levels on Mars are much higher than on Earth, requiring the use of some fairly potent sunscreen despite the planet's frigid temperatures. After that, the radiation levels would be dangerously high if you nuked it. As a result of radioactive fallout, any living organisms would be rendered extinct. It's especially alarming because the area's radiation levels are already too high for human habitation. As such, if you want to live somewhere, don't begin by destroying it with nuclear weapons. So I'm quite sure you'd agree that increasing radiation is a bad idea, right? In addition, Elon Musk's proposal has a major flaw. Research shows that the poles don't contain enough CO2 to kick off the runaway effect, according to recent findings. There will be no water vapor or seeds for future Mars seas left to condense out of the atmosphere following the explosions. We must all provide the minerals needed for Mars to terraform itself because it lacks the necessary resources. We as a species aren't yet strong enough to consider modifying the natural world to suit our needs. Elon Musk is way off base with this one. It'll take far more than simply heating Mars to make it more like Earth. Atmospheric pollution can be reduced by adding oxygen and increasing the amount of H2O, while soil contamination can be reduced by increasing H2O content, while cosmic radiation can be reduced and the newly dense atmosphere can be protected from being blown away by solar winds. No one can solve any of these issues with a big old bomb. Finally, there's a probability that Mars is home to a natural fauna. When even one nuclear weapon goes off, we may wipe out the whole population. In order to construct a new home for humans, would it be acceptable to murder the other aliens in the universe? That is, if the aliens are nothing more than a single-celled organism. Humans will be transported to Mars aboard Elon Musk's Starship, which he says will also serve as a permanent outpost. This endeavor necessitates the use of biomes seen in his concept picture. However, if you already have a permanent settlement on Mars, why devastate it? Nuclear weapons detonation on Mars, as proposed by Elon Musk, simply cannot be accomplished. His Mars aspirations did, however, spark some discussion. Elon Musk, on the other hand, is one of the few people who truly want to see humanity colonize other planets. Despite the fact that we haven't come up with an all-encompassing solution, we live in a time where people are willing to explore the planet that has haunted us for millennia. This is the real thrill. As a result, we're living through one of the most exciting times in human history. So, keep dreaming about Mars, but be thankful that it won't be a nuclear holocaust, but rather biospheres and bases. One thing is certain through all this: whether or not Elon Musk is able to deliver on his promises, he will never cease to amaze us. We'd like to know what you think about the nuking of Mars issue in the comments section below. Alright, that's it for today's video, and we hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button for more videos. See you soon!